Welcome to the 700 Club. Thousands of Hezbollah fighters were injured after a high-tech attack which targeted their pagers. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the operation.
Meanwhile, Israel is making plans for military action against Hezbollah in Lebanon. CBN's George Thomas reports.
This was the scene across Lebanon Tuesday. Ambulances carrying thousands to hospitals after a deadly attack on Hezbollah operatives. Thousands of pagers detonated in Lebanon after receiving a message, injuring nearly 3,000 people and killing at least 12 people, mostly members of Hezbollah. The terror group blamed Israel for the attacks and promised revenge. The Israelis have made no comment, and the U.S. says it had no prior knowledge of the attack. The pagers reportedly manufactured in Hungary and purchased by Hezbollah after leadership ordered members to get rid of their cell phones for fear they would be tracked by Israeli intelligence.
The Israelis likely saw an opportunity, bought up thousands of pagers, took them apart, inserted explosives, and then put them back on the market to sell directly to Hezbollah. And then using the radio frequencies that normally bring data into that pager, they simultaneously detonated all of the pagers.
Around 3:30 in the afternoon, the devices exploded in Beirut, eastern Lebanon, and parts of Syria. Among the wounded, the Iranian ambassador to Lebanon. The action is a severe blow to the terror group by disrupting its communications and putting hundreds, even thousands of operatives out of action. All of this happening as the Israeli Defense Forces ramp up their presence near the Lebanon border for a potential military action. George Thomas, CBN News.
Well, it looks like Israel's behind it. It also looks like Israel is going to have some other surprises for Hezbollah. In this one, the Taiwan company that is on these pagers is saying, we didn't make them. We licensed it to a group in Hungary, and talk about ingenuity. They found a way to embed within that some kind of explosive that when a particular number is called into it, it's going to explode. Absolutely incredible. It's almost like out of some kind of spy movie. But it just underlines just how embedded Hezbollah is within the Lebanese government and with Iran. One of the victims of this attack is the Iranian ambassador to Lebanon. So for him to have a pager tied into the whole Hezbollah network shows you just how embedded they are. Now, here's something that has just absolutely enraged me. The State Department, our own United States State Department, refuses to designate the Houthis as a foreign terror organization. In a letter to a bipartisan group of senators and congressmen who are calling for it, they say they can't do it. I don't get that. Our U.S. sailors are at risk. I live in a Navy town. I grew up in a Navy town. If you're not going to protect our sailors, I'm going to get really mad at you. And the whole issue is, well, we have to keep the ports open so that humanitarian aid can go there. Well, when they're firing missiles at our naval vessels, when they're trying to block international shipping, when they're firing sophisticated missiles at Israel, wouldn't it be nice to cut off their sources of supply? They're not manufactured there. They're being manufactured in Iran and being imported there through the very ports you're trying to stay open. Please, let's have some common sense here. And above all, let's protect our active duty military.